Okay, so hi everybody. So I want to call to order the Smith Richardson Golf Commission meeting for Monday, May 12th. It's 7:03. I just want to start off first of all by this is our first meeting since Peter Grace passed away, and I just want to take some time to recognize him and all he did for the course. Terrible tragedy. We feel for his family, his friends, and he's certainly going to be missed and hard to replace. So I just want to recognize all his years of service to the town and to the course.
Here.
Absolutely. Secondly, I want to introduce our new members, Bill Vogel and Don DiMartino. Welcome. Appreciate you guys stepping up. Look forward to we look forward to all you can provide and provide to the course and to the commission. So thank you for volunteering. Appreciate it. Let's see. I was going to introduce Galen, but I guess I don't have to.
Sorry, who's Gail?
Can you do it? Do attendance?
Oh. Hanging out, checking this out.
What's that?
No, that's all good. Okay, so first order of business, we're going to approve the minutes of March 10th. We didn't have the April meeting, so we're going back and reviewing the minutes March 10th. If you had a chance to read them, if you have any potential changes.
Motion to approve. They approved it.
We have a motion to approve. Second?
Second.
Let's see. Bob gave a motion. Mike second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Great. Let's see, next, why don't we go right into the pro report?
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Bob.
See you all. Smith's doing great. It's busy when there's not rain. Okay?
And when is that?
It's going good, though. Our outing season has begun. We had our fourth outing today. With the Sherman Sharks, and that's all going really well. That's a school over near the beach, PTA outing, whatnot.
Nice.
And we're new this year. Range is busy, doing wonderful stuff to keep up with, where we're trying our best.
Keeping up because of the rain and how soggy it is?
No, the volume.
Just the number of people there, yeah.
And the ball.
They vanish.
Are you still digging
Into the
in?
night.
Still looking in the woods for them?
Into the night they go, but we're managing.
Okay.
We're learning and getting better, but it's busy. I mean, it's like significantly busier than it was.
And I mean, $64,000 in April. What was the projection?
45.
Yeah.
But is that the budget every month, or do you change it?
It changed, well, I budgeted in advance in my estimate.
Yeah.
And then I adjusted as we've gone along. So like this month, I'm budgeting 65,000, maybe I might have 70 for this month.
6,500.
65,000
For
revenue for the range.
Oh.
Yeah.
For what period?
The month.
For the month? 65,000?
Oh, yeah, that's what you're projecting. I think
Your whole year annual budget was only $100,000.
Yeah, 24 hours.
We've been right? We've been averaging about 15,000 a month, 15,000 a week. So, we have 60,000 roughly, again, just depends on how quickly we get the ball back.
But when you budgeted for the year?
we did.
15,000.
315, and then we upped it to 354. We're probably looking at 419, 420-ish right now.
336
Yeah.
in the last year, yeah. And it was triple from the year.
But that's the total budget, that's not the increase. The increase is not that much.
It's doing great.
I mean,
Yeah, and you're also looking, part of that year, it wasn't even open. It was just a regular range.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
When you say you have trouble getting the ball, you're losing the ball, is that because
People are playing. Well, we tried to get in there. The woods are deep and full of thickets.
okay, I thought maybe there was not enough people to pick them up.
No. It's just, it's brutal work. And the
So-
crew has been helping.
Is the fence not high enough, or Was it poor?
Both.
Can't be any higher, we're only allowed to be at 40 feet, which is where we are, I think 39.5 feet.
We're working on it.
And we're working on the netting now, which I was gonna cover in my report, but
Yeah, sorry.
one thing I'll check off.
Yeah, it needs repair.
Okay.
Outings are good.
Yeah.
The new carts are up and going, everything's good on that?
Yeah, I would say, weather's been poor, the leagues have really helped us maintain decent numbers, in my
Yeah.
opinion, when I look at,
Yeah,
because they tend to come out even when it's crappy,
yeah.
so it's good, I appreciate that.
I saw the courses.
Programming is all up and running, we literally have something every day, there's some kind of event. Camps basically sold out.
Pretty much everything's sold out program.
Yeah,
Right.
so it's working too, I think it's driving numbers, specifically at the par three, exposing a lot of new golfers, it's really working there. And demand, when the course is, weather is projected to be nice, we sell out, literally every time.
That's a
Well,
short
I got-
range area,
What's that?
the short range practice area.
We're getting closer, we're moving along, as part of Anthony's report. Is it?
Yeah, we'll wait for that.
Yeah, I like that, but, yeah, I mean, it's a dream, it's gonna happen, we're gonna keep going. But,
And are the lockers out of the cart barn?
I think we're gonna defer to Anthony for that one too. But,
You got a lot of questions for
Yeah.
Anthony then. Yeah, I've got a few too, so, okay.
But that,
Your staff, everything's staffed up, everything's.
yeah,
going
we're
on?
doing good.
Good,
Yeah, the college kids are back
yeah,
this week, so.
yeah.
So, cart pass, refer to Anthony? Okay.
Yeah, we'll wait for that. Okay, good.
Thanks.
All right. Any other questions for Bob? Okay. Anthony,
Okay.
apparently you got a lot to go on.
Yeah, there we go. You guys all should have received the report. You'll see the rounds are roughly, about 1,000 ahead of where we were last year. I'm looking at the April report, March, you can look at it your own time. But yeah, about 1,000 rounds ahead there. IDs, we're tracking right where we should be. Season passes, same thing. Revenue, obviously, we're up. Driving range is primarily the big change here that we have from year to year. We were talking about, I think right now we're projected to be a little over $400,000 to close this fiscal year, June 30th. So that is well over our $315,000 that we had projected initially. So that's good news. Par 3 numbers, John Johnson's here. If anybody has questions for John for par 3, I don't want to get that opportunity a lot. I'm sure he'd be happy to speak of that. But rounds there, same thing, a little about 1,000 ahead, and they're doing great. I was down at par 3 at the end of last week when it wasn't raining. It was packed. Of course, it looked beautiful.
It's in great shape.
Thank you.
Here at Smith, cart paths are moving right along. As you drove in, you should have seen some of the prep work. Tilton will keep moving on that. I'm driving the course tomorrow morning. I'll be up here probably about 7:30 with George. We'll be checking everything out. I think Edson wants to talk to me a little bit too, so I'll catch him. Bob mentioned of the driving range, the range netting, we're currently getting quotes to repair and then replace. I want to repair to get us through the summer, and then we can take out some money out of our either our 10-year plan or our operating budget to replace the rest of the netting, depending on the cost. Short range area, what we're waiting on right now, the holdup has been the engineering department and the survey. They've been down an engineer. So they told me they will be out in the next week or so to complete that survey. Once they have the survey, we can get the architect back on the design. So excited to move that along. Been working with DPW to clear out the locker room here, half the locker room, the bag storage, to put up the hitting bays. So once those lockers are out, they will be stored, and then Bob will work with, I believe, James Ryan, most likely from building maintenance, to get that room squared away. Bob talked about the lessons, how great they're doing, and then golf superintendent position. We had many applicants. I'm interviewing this week, Tuesday, Wednesday. Hopefully I'll have somebody will hit it out of the park, and we'll have an offer by the end of the week. But looking to fill that position pretty quickly.
In the meantime, Anthony, is Pete Carey?
Pete Carey has been leading the crew up here, which he's done a fantastic job.
Okay, great.
So, yeah.
I would second.
The course.
I would third that, he's done great stuff.
Yeah.
Anthony, do you feel comfortable speaking to any of the particular candidates that you were impressed with?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know what our role is in this.
None.
Okay.
Not in that.
Other than that,
We're gonna read them.
Yeah, hopefully by our next meeting, I would think that a month from now, that we would have somebody in place. Yeah, now, that he'll be here, or she, would be here to talk all that stuff.
And cart paths are moving on. Is there a sort of a final completion optimal date?
So although I don't know the date off the top of my head, I was told all the prep works would be done in the next couple of weeks, and then paving would actually take place in June. I don't think George is online, but that was the timeframe, last timeframe I was given from George.
so they're gonna do all prep and then they're gonna asphalt at all one time. Got it.
So
That's not
they
piecemeal.
still have to probably put down the sub base, right? They stripped everything, now they'll put the sub base and then go to paving. And, is there a plan of all the paths? I see Bob has a drawing here, but is there something available if I ever want to look at where all the paths are going?
Well, in our long-range plan presentation,
It still applies, right, for the most
Yeah.
part?
with one
Do you have
exception.
that?
No.
I'll give it to you.
How many pages? No.
Oh, before we, just one sec before you.
Sure.
Would you mind sending Don and Bill the plan?
Be happy to.
That'd be
yeah.
great.
That would be
Yeah.
great.
Well, and we need to get it on the website too.
Yes,
But
we're working with the town clerk on that.
in effect, we are replacing the cart paths as they currently are, except, and I don't know whether this is still the case, we talked about on number 5, taking that finger of a cart path by the woods as you face the green on the right side, and run that all the way down the right side and eliminate the cart path that's over by the
That's
fourth
how it
court.
works, yeah.
With that exception, all the other cart paths that I'm aware of, were gonna be in place of what's there
That's
now.
in place,
Yeah.
going down the
I
right.
believe that's what George was using.
I think
And
that's
what
Right
they
around the back of the
basically
green?
right,
Okay.
that's correct.
So is that in the contract to put it on that sign versus?
It's my
I'll
understanding.
double check tomorrow, but I'm pretty sure that.
That's what I thought he said that too when he was
Is there
here.
no path,
Yeah, right.
you're not gonna put a path on 13?
I was just gonna ask that question. Yeah.
No, I think they are.
I think they are,
Yeah.
yeah.
Are they wrapped?
On 13?
Is it wide enough there?
I don't know. George
Because
was asking
13,
about
there's
that
no
today.
path on the left, right? When you go on the
None.
left.
Right now, there's,
Why
I thought Mike's plan calls for, it. I thought that's.
So why wouldn't they put a path there?
would we need it if we lived without it for so
I don't know why
Save
not.
some money.
It's 100, 200 yards.
Yeah,
What does that picture show? Does it show anything on the 13?
no, it shows red on that picture because there's none there. That's what there was, that
That was at the
diagram.
red?
See, this was put together for the presentation.
No, yeah, I know, I understand, I understand. Okay.
I think from a playability standpoint, it's why they probably never did it. Balls ricocheting off.
Yeah. I mean.
Say again, Bob, should what?
That's the reason they built it the way they did, was because T-ball was
Playability.
hitting it.
If you hit a draw on the left, you're now dealing with a path that you can never go with.
I'd like to have them all the way around so we can keep it open.
It's gonna be 8 feet too, it's not like a little
That'll
path.
keep it moving.
You think it'd be better?
Okay.
I can see why, but
My T-ball hits the existing cart path, so it's,
Look at you.
not a
Yeah.
problem.
wrong key.
Impressive. Wrong tees.
Point to base.
Wrong key.
Anthony, radar, we're gonna buy
You mean lightning?
Lightning,
detector?
lighting,
Yeah.
yeah, for, is that done or in the process?
I believe we're in the process. Hasn't been
Process.
done yet, but yeah, process.
But the
Well,
money-
that
the money
came
is
up-
The
there.
money was approved. Yep.
The money was approved? Was that in the 925,000 for the
It was
first
in the
year?
1.5 million. Yeah. They gave us the full 1.5.
Yeah, but the way they laid it out,
Doesn't matter how
Anthony.
they laid it out, they gave us the full 1.5.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So we can go
You
ahead
decide
with
what
both
you
the
wanna
part 3 and,
In
so this pattern has got every other year capital spending is not valid?
It's valid, but the first year includes both lightning detection systems and then all the cart paths here.
That's exactly right.
And then after that, we decide which projects to move forward.
Right.
And they would like us to have our cash flow every other year.
Okay.
If we had something come up and we wanted to use it
Okay.
sooner, we can, but it's really more about cash flow and how they spread that
Okay.
out.
So you're saying we have $1.5 million available now, so we can do cart path and lightning detector
Correct.
and maybe some tree or bunker work?
We could,
Yeah.
just what we asked for year one, we explained what we were gonna do with the 2 lightning detection systems and the cart paths.
Right.
And we estimated that was gonna be about $925,000. I believe already we've saved money on the paving, and the paving came down to like just under 700.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, again, working with George on that, so we may have some
Money there.
money that we can do some of this other work this year, but the 1.5 needs to last us over the 10.
And the
Yeah,
target is
right,
900,000 this year?
Yeah, it was 925.
All right, so we'll be under that.
So we're gonna be under it, just, yeah.
But, so this lightning thing, we talked about it for a year and a half. I think we, as a commission, if God forbid something stupid happened, but how do we expedite that? Or how do you expedite that?
Just have to get it through the purchasing process,
Okay.
that's all.
You know, if you show it's within the budget.
Yeah, and the funding's there, it's really, it's just a purchasing thing at this point. And I think those reached 35,000, if I remember correctly, so
Yeah,
they're over the
something like
bidding
that.
threshold, so,
We're 35,000 at the part 3 and I think 40 here.
yeah, that sounds
That's
good.
what we had in there.
So that'll be progressing?
Yep.
Okay.
But cart path's done by June, end of June, you think?
I believe so.
Wow. That'd be cool.
Just while we're on this subject, for the benefit of Bill and Don, we had a subcommittee that created a long-term plan, a subcommittee with Lori, Bob, and myself, and we presented it to the Board of Selectmen, Board of Finance, and the RTM, and we got most of what we wanted approved. If you want to see it, I'll send you a copy of the presentation. But the November 19th Board of Finance meeting presentation is excellent. And if you wanted to go on Fair TV to that meeting and go in 2 hours and 9 minutes, and you'll get to where I started making the presentation. And that way you can see the slides as well as hear all the verbiage and everything. What we have is we have a PowerPoint presentation, and then we have a text description of the plan. And basically, we got what we wanted, except timing has been affected.
Is this what's known as the 10-year plan?
Yep.
Yeah. Now, what we need to do is, once we get the cart path and the lightning detector, if we go on an every other year pattern, we're looking at $100,000 for fiscal 2028. And we need to make a decision, because after cart paths, the next 2 major expenditures were tree management and bunkers. And for tree management, we said we may want to hire a professional, an arborist or an agronomist or whatever, to advise us on what trees we ought to do. We have neglected the trees for years. We still have not done the tree trimming that was recommended by the USGA when they came to visit us in 2020. So we have a long way to go on that. So at some point over the next year, we may need to reform the subcommittee or whatever to put together what we would propose to do with the $100,000 that's coming year after next.
Here, one more.
Can I?
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
I was just gonna ask, I thought there was something where they, pulled back, like the CapEx, and they were gonna take,
That's out of Anthony's
capital
budget.
projects
Anthony's
and
budget.
bond it all together, or is it just go into your, you know what I'm saying? Instead of just piecemealing out $100,000, weren't they taking all these projects, putting them into one, bonding it or something, and?
Kind of,
Okay.
yes and no.
Okay.
They approved us for the 1.5, but they bonded based on the cash flow. So
Okay.
that's how they've been doing
Oh,
things.
that's why you
As
said
opposed
that.
to just bonding the 1.5 this year.
Yeah.
They could do that, but we're not gonna spend it, and they like to bond what we're going to spend. So
Got
we've been
it.
giving.
They wanna match that.
Yeah, we've been
I
giving
got it.
monthly projections of the next quarter of what do we expect our cash flow?
Got it.
You know, what are we gonna be purchasing? And
Got it.
they haven't told us to not buy anything,
Got it.
but they are keeping a much
Okay.
closer eye than other administrations have.
Okay.
But the other thing you may be referring to is Anthony had some equipment in his original budget, and that equipment they pulled out.
They
Right,
pulled
said
out,
they
I
were-
thought you
And they
got
bought-
it back in.
we did, they bonded that
Oh, they-
separately.
Right,
They did that in a separate,
right,
budget for us.
that's right.
So that,
What did we get out of that?
Part of the
we
1.5?
got, I think we got 2 mowers and an excavator, I think.
I didn't bring it, but,
Was that part
It
of
was
the
almost
1.5?
everything we wanted except the dump truck.
okay.
It was not 1.5.
Not part of the 1.5?
No, this was another
So that's,
roughly
that's a
300,000.
Oh,
Yeah, and it was only because I had the list that I knew what we wanted. They pulled out every department's capital outlay.
Right.
But I had the list, and someone asked, hey, well, what do you mean, what'd they pull out? And then I just rattled off the list, and the next thing you know, they said, well, we're giving the golf course that, they make money. So, it worked out well for us.
And did we get a person or two, did I hear?
We did, we got another laborer that hasn't been posted yet, because that money's not available till July 1 anyway, so.
July 1,
We
right.
did not get the mechanic, they wouldn't give us the mechanic.
So they're still doing the roving mechanic?
Yep.
Do we know how that's worked? Do we have any idea? how
Hasn't
that's
worked yet.
Yeah,
We'll see, the new management, so
yeah,
we'll see.
got it.
They're optimistic that it's going to work.
So, we talked about sand, too much here.
I got it though, I got it right here.
Oh.
Pete Carney sort of hinted that you had approved a better quality sand for 6 to test it.
That's what he's doing. Yes.
Right.
Same
Right,
sand,
thank you.
same sand that they use at Brooklawn, is what he told me.
Okay,
So
That's gonna go in 6, as an experiment?
we're going to see what the feedback is, so please, when he does put it in here, please.
Go in.
Let us know.
Go play in
Drop one in, please.
And just out of curiosity, the sand that, it's Brooklyn sand. But my first question would be, can we afford another 41 or 2 bunkers of that kind of sand? But that may be too late. Well, let's check it out, I guess.
Let's see if we like it. I think that's where we want to start.
Awesome,
And then as
that's
we
great.
start redoing bunkers, we'll start filling them.
Okay,
Can I ask
Thank
a
you.
question? So if it's 900,000 this year, and you said it's every other year that they're gonna spend,
Yep,
how much
Right.
is it every other year?
about 100.
About 100.
100, there's 1 year where it would be a
It's
little
gonna last
more.
another, 12 years?
not 12.
No.
Here, right here.
Times 100,
10 hopefully.
every other year. Big shells away. 35.
All right, so you bunker stand update, check. Oh, sorry, you wanna keep going?
No, I'm done.
You sure? You feel like you wanna keep more. You were so good, you were on a roll. The monument signage, did
Yeah,
that
how's
all?
that doing?
Did that, was it
We're
ever?
in, so I paid
Yeah.
for it. I paid for it, so.
I haven't heard from Jerry.
Pete, yes, I think Pete got it,
Pete
I
knows
just had to
it.
work with Pete on getting them installed.
Okay, so we have them, they're printed,
Good.
whatever. Okay, great. I guess we don't really have a superintendent report. Anything on the third tee, eighth tee box, anything?
Well, the 13 was completely stopped.
Yeah, is it,
Yeah,
it's
that-
still not open, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
4 weeks.
He told me about a month after the.
Yeah.
okay. How far along is it?
And the 8th, which
I would say
started.
it was 10 days. I don't know.
Okay. All right, I think that kind of covers it. Greens Committee? Lori and Bob, who's the Green? Is it you?
Sarah.
Oh, Sarah.
I think Sarah usurped or gave up her, well, maybe not. But anyway, from my perspective, golf courses, the greens are as good as they've ever been, this time of year, I would argue, but, credit to Pete Grace and Pete Carney. There are 3 or 4 issues that I would love to bring up and get people thinking about. The footbridge at 7 is across the creek is falling apart. I don't know who fixes that, but, some point we have to fix it. The stone bridge at 13, we talked about a year ago when I first joined, the committee and it's the commission rather, and it's, getting worse. It's not gonna get better. I don't think the men's club is gonna pony up. I think we have to figure out how to deal with that. I think that's,
Safety hazard.
eventually it will be, yeah. And just, you know, he's cutting into fairways, which I think is really cool. He's not gonna leave a yard or two of mid-rough, is he? You know?
I have not been consulted.
Yeah. Anyway, I think, they're doing a great job. So, no issues.
Thank you. Any questions?
I have a comment.
Yep, all right, go ahead, Don.
If you're looking at the footbridges in either spot, is it even feasible to get pricing from the current cart path contractor? Maybe he could do it for nearly nothing. He's mobilized,
Sure,
they
yeah.
have maintenance.
The footbridge I'm talking about on 7 is wooden.
Well, I'm thinking 13 more because it's masonry and
Yeah.
near the cart path, but it
Yeah.
might be worth finding out how
Yeah,
much.
when I'm out with George tomorrow, driving the course, I'll
Yeah,
mention it out.
that'd be
I've got
great.
it Noted.
And even if it's wood, I mean, these guys are, it's Tocon Tomaso, right? They can do anything.
Great idea.
Might be.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we need to, come up with a new part 3 committee. I think that was Liam and Mike Feinstein.
That's right.
And they are
Yeah.
gone.
That's what
So,
that is.
yeah. So, do we have any volunteers to be on the part 3 committee? You boys?
Sounds fair.
You wanna do it?
I could do it, sure.
You guys wanna tag team it?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you.
How do we know our scope?
Your scope is to look around and see how it looks. Yeah.
Go up there for,
Periodically, yeah, for, prior to a meeting. Let's see, old business, I think we kind of hit all of that.
Yeah.
The notes I had, lighting sectors, car paths, 10-year plan, et cetera, so I think we're good there. New business, sure, I don't think we have any new business, anybody?
I don't.
Okay. Communications, I hope everybody got a copy of the email sent from Tim Ilfeld. Everybody see it? Yeah,
Mhm.
okay. So he's asking to, set aside 10, foursomes on a Friday morning. So I'll just start out and then we can hear from the rest of you. I believe that would almost constitute an outing, in my mind, which we would have a formal process to go through. I'm gonna just say, for me, I don't believe we can do that. I think it's too big an ask. We can't be setting aside
Is there a
tea
precedent
time.
for anyone having done this before?
Right.
Never.
Really?
Not on a Friday morning.
Not on a Friday morning.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
In June,
No.
it'd be March.
Listen, in fairness to Biggs and the Pro Shop, I think Biggs is more than accommodating when you come to him and you need 4, 5, 6 foursomes on a Tuesday afternoon at 2 or 1
Right.
in October. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
It's a little.
I don't know how we can, and I feel bad, I don't know why this, I don't think he plays golf up here, I don't know.
He called me first.
Hmm.
And he had every right to.
I think it's a brutal precedent to say.
I agree.
3 weddings in town every weekend.
Yeah.
You're right.
There's gotta be
I mean, I
20
get
weddings
calls.
in town.
I get calls every, all
Yeah.
the time.
Would it be feasible in the afternoon? I mean, I don't know if they.
No.
I think,
Two.
Not on a Friday.
no,
Not
I
on
mean,
Friday.
No.
No.
I mean, you look at, you guys know, you look at the
Everybody-
Fed 14,
Everybody's been paying.
at 5:01, Fridays are booked up, so AM. So I think your point on precedent, which I was gonna bring up, it's something we can't, we open that.
I feel bad, but that's not an option, I don't think. Biggs,
I
yeah.
agree.
I just think if you give to one, you have to give to all, or have a ton of requests.
Yeah, we just,
Precedent.
we have a demand issue and the supply issue.
You want a
There's
motion?
too many. I don't think we need to vote on it, right?
No, we don't need to.
No.
You just
So-
have to.
So I think Sarah has been in touch with them, so, Sarah was in complete agreement with all of us, it sounds like. So, she or I will, reach out to, Tim. Okay,
Mhm.
very good. Public comment? I don't think so. Oh, I'm sorry, you know what? I'm sorry, I totally apologize. I meant to reach out to you on part 3. Love to hear your thoughts on what's going on down there.
Oh, everything's growing back in from all the winter that we had. It was a great winter, actually. Greens are coming around finally, always starting to kick back a little bit, and, place is shaping up. So, trying to stay up with it.
Great.
The place is just busy.
That's just, yeah. It's a great facility. It's a great amenity for the town, so thank you for all the work down there. Okay, I think, that about covers it, unless anybody has anything.
I move we adjourn.
Second.
All right, all in favor? Those not, get out. All right, thank you.